to another episode of that deep shit, where we connect the dots. And on today's episode, we gonna go deep. I'm talking like layers deep, like layers up under layers, up under layers, up under layers deep shit. We're gonna talk about the metaphysics of bacteria. Yes, indeed. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Make sure I'm in focus. Yeah, well, that's good enough. Alright, so one of the key principles that's going to help us understand this principle and importance of bacteria is the universal law of as above, so below. And in addition to the universal law of as above, so below, you have to understand the concept of as within, so without. If you've never heard of these concepts, please take the time right now to pause the video. You can push it right there. To pause the video, do your research, come back. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be right here. We're gonna pause for the cause. Now we back. Okay, so I just didn't want to go into a deep explanation about the concept of as above, so below, or as within, so without. Right here, right now, it's kind of self-explanatory if you think about it. So we're going to keep it pushing. Now let's talk about what bacteria is first. Bacteria is a very simple, single-celled microorganism that probably exists almost everywhere where there's living matter, or on the surfaces of non-living matter. Okay, so bacteria, it's important to know that bacteria has been on this planet for billions of years. So bacteria has been here before we were, and most people will argue that we come from bacteria. There are some that believe that human beings started off as single-cell bacteria in the ocean, evolved to a more complex microorganism, ultimately to evolve into a fish, ultimately to evolve into a mammal that walked on land, ultimately to evolve into a bird, so on and so forth, all the way to a human being walking around talking on YouTube. Okay, some people subscribe to that. Now, some people also would say that the Earth and all the planets actually started off as some sort of bacteria. Okay, and I think that it's important to inject right here that when we have meteors or comets or whatever you will want to call them that actually come from outer space and then actually make impact here, it brings microorganisms such as bacteria that are foreign to Earth. Okay, there's a process called sperm something. I'll probably put it down right here when I edit this video. All right, so moving along. But the reason why I brought up how old bacteria is to actually put emphasis on the lighten that up a little bit. Put emphasis on how ancient bacteria is. It's a very, very ancient thing and a very, very ancient concept. All right. So another reason why that I brought up the universal principle or universal law of as above, so below is because one must understand that for anything to happen on the physical plane, anything, you tripping and falling, you getting jumped, you getting beat up, you eating cereal, whatever the case may be, it had an origin that was non-physical, that began in the spirit realm. So things happen in the spirit realm, and then they slowly descend and manifest into the physical form that we know as life and whatever. But to understand that that's how it works and vice versa is very key to understanding the metaphysics of what bacteria actually is. Okay, so basically bacteria acts as a middleman or conduit or liaison, if you will, to good or bad energy. This is why you have good or bad bacteria. All right, so let's start with the bad bacteria. All right, we'll give you the bad news first, right? The bad news about the about the bad bacteria is that it's a conduit for bad energy. I'll explain. Your body, for example, we'll just use the body because bacteria can dwell on objects as well, but we'll use the body. Your body has many layers to it. Okay, your body has aura fields. Okay, you have many layers to your aura, and your aura is kind of like your body's energy. All right, okay, so what happens is negative energy can attach to your aura in different on different layers and in different places. So what bacteria actually acts as, it acts as the way that bad energy connects to your body, whether it's on the surface of your body or inside. So it attaches to the aura fields, right? And so let's just say, for example, okay, bacteria is the cause of viruses and illness. Okay, so you have bad bacteria in your body, you have some form of illness. Athlete's foot, fuck it, we'll go with athlete's foot. Athlete's foot is bad bacteria in your toes, so now you have a negative energy that is connected to your root, to your feet. Okay, all right, and to cure athlete's foot, get you some tough acting fucking tenactin. All right, let's just be clear. Okay, not a hard thing, but this is a sign of bad energy being attached, and you need to do something physically on the physical plane to get rid of the bad energy on the spiritual plane. All right, now let's talk about good bacteria. Good bacteria would be something like a probiotic. A probiotic is a bacteria that lives in the stomach lining that promotes good health. It promotes weight loss and things of that nature, because if you have a good probiotic in your stomach lining, you can process foods a lot easier and a lot better. And it gets rid of waste, gets rid of bad stuff. This is a good bacteria that is connected to good positive energy. All right, okay, but this also would explain the saying that they have, cleanliness is next to godliness, because it is. So it's not just important to be clean for the sake of the man or woman standing next to you, because, you know what I'm saying, your underarms is on hum because of bad bacteria. You know what I'm saying? But it's also good for the spiritual evolution of one's being. You know, staying clean is good for the spirit. This is why they really practice clean bathing and things of that nature in ancient Kemet, better known as ancient Egypt. All right, so this is exactly why leaving musty old socks in the corner, right, moldy, musty in the corner, and dirty dishes under your bed, pizza crust and all that, old ass milk in the cup on your dresser. When you have all these things, you're inviting bad energies to attach themselves to your surroundings and to your being, and therefore ultimately will attach to you, and therefore cause not only illness or virus or sickness, but just bad life experiences as well. So this is why it's important to keep a very clean surrounding. See, and this is exactly why they'll say if your living situation is a mess or whatever, you can tell that you have an imbalance in your root chakra. Okay, just like how I said, the athlete's foot connected to the feet, that's connected to the root, so on and so forth. You can kind of start to diagnose the problems in your life if you take a look and pay attention to your living habits, you can see what, or identify which one of your chakras may be imbalanced or overworked or overactive or imbalanced or underactive, by just paying attention to what's going on in your life. You know what I mean? So I hope that covers everything. You know, I try to cover everything, and if I don't, I'll make a part 2 like I always do. So keep it clean, all right, and keep your third eyes open. I'm out.